I'll Fly Away. Man, this song had to make the record. It just had to make the record. The whole reason that the song was ever cut was because it tied into the Leanna EP. It was the fourth on that EP, and it was never intended to be on that EP. In fact, that EP wasn't even supposed to be an EP. It was supposed to be 3 songs, like what we did with the Stages of a Heartbreak with She Gone, Burn at Both Ends, and Hey Cowgirl. This EP was just supposed to be Take It As It Comes, Hey Moon, and Around Forever. And we needed a strong concept, and my manager had been telling me to think on a concept for these songs. And I was like, well, dude, they all tie into me. They make sense, they tie into me. And then April of 2020, when my sister passed, we weren't allowed to be in the hospital because of COVID rules. So the only person who was allowed to be there was my dad. Apart from when we got to say our goodbyes, they allowed, one at a time, they allowed my mom, my oldest sister Tara, and myself to each have an hour with her. So when I went in, I sat there and I played her one last concert. She was unconscious, but she was still subconsciously there. She could still hear you. So I played her one last concert. I kissed her on the forehead, and I walked out the door, and I turned around and I came back. And I gave her one more hug, and I kissed her on the forehead again. Told her I loved her, and I walked out and let my dad be in there while they pulled the plug and let her move on. We left the hospital. My dad stayed up in there, and she was on the 3rd floor up, I believe. And all my family was there. Cousins, aunts, uncles, friends. We gathered around this random oak tree that was right there outside the hospital. And Dad had her window open, and he called me, and we put it on speakerphone. He laid the speaker next to her head, and for 45 minutes I played every gospel song I knew. And I only knew so many, so there were some repeats. And the song I'll Fly Away, I played the happy version, which I'd played at me and Leanna's grandfather's funeral. In 2017, we sent him off to heaven. We wrote notes to him on balloons. All the grandkids wrote notes, and great-grandkids wrote notes, and the great-great-grandkids wrote notes on the balloons, and we sent them all up in the sky while I played I'll Fly Away, the original version. And then I played my version. And my version comes from a blend of a song that I wrote about me and Leanna's grandpa called When He Knows Me, which is about my grandpa passing away from Alzheimer's. And he was we come from 4 generations of truck drivers and hay haulers. And my grandpa was the staple of it, and When He Knows Me was his song. And I was playing that at soundcheck one day, and I was playing I'll Fly Away, kind of blended into it. And I just kept playing I'll Fly Away. And somehow, during the sound check, the melodies came to me, and I created my version of I'll Fly Away. And it was in Fort Worth at Magnolia Motor Lounge. We were playing there that day. But while we were gathered around this oak tree, trying to go through versions of it, I played the original version of I'll Fly Away. I played Amazing Grace. I don't even remember what all I played. It was 45 minutes. It was probably the hardest 45 minutes I've had in my life. And I got to my version of I'll Fly Away, and I played through it. I got to the back end of it. I had no more words left. I played every verse I could. And I just sat there and I just kept hanging on the D, and I kept playing. And I leaned my head back and I looked into the sun, closed my eyes. And I knew she was gone. But all of a sudden, looking into the sun, I saw her face, clear as day. And it hurt and kind of freaked me out. So I opened my eyes and I looked away. And then I realized what was going on, so I closed them back again. I looked back up and she was still there. And she just says, "I'm so sorry." Tears running down her face. "I'm so sorry. I love you, Bubba, so much." I told her, "No more tears. No more pain. You're free." She said, "I love you so much," and then she faded out. She was gone. And I got to sing her home to Jesus with I'll Fly Away. That's why this song is so special to me. And I've heard countless stories from other people that have told me how much that song has helped them and helped them heal, and it was a healing process. And the EP for me was a massive healing process that I didn't even know it was supposed to. I didn't even know it was supposed to be a healing process, and it was. It was just my dedication to her. So to close this record out, to close Shot Glass out, this song is my way of closing this out and paying one last homage to my sister Leanna.